morning, everybody. How are you today? I hope you are all doing well. Today, teacher, we are going to start with a new lesson. We are going to talk about verbs with singular and plural subjects. Verbs with singular and plural subjects. But before we start explaining our lesson, we have some revision to make. We should start talking about sentences. Remember, teacher, when we talked about sentences, we said that in a sentence, we must have a subject and a predicate. What is a subject? Can you remember? Excellent. A subject is who or what does the sentence. Do you remember, teacher, when we explained this lesson? And we said that the subject is who or what does the sentence? For example, if we say Sarah studies English, we should ask ourselves the question, who studies English? Who studies English? Sarah. So the subject of the sentence is Sarah. Well done. Let's see where is the predicate of the sentence. We should change the question that we ask. We say, the predicate is what the subject of the sentence does or do. So what do we ask? We say, what does Sarah do? The answer must be, she studies English. So she studies English is the predicate of the sentence. So, Sarah studies English. The subject is Sarah. The predicate is studies English. What you should know, teacher, that most of the time, a predicate starts with a verb. Again, most of the time, the predicate of the sentence starts with a verb. If you look at this sentence again, Sarah studies English, and as you know now, Sarah is the subject, studies English is the predicate, you're going to find that the first word of this predicate is studies. What is studies? Study is a verb, like we explained the previous lesson. Until now, do you understand? We have, in a sentence, we must have a subject and a predicate. A subject is who or what does the sentence, and the predicate is what the subject does or do. Perfect, teacher. Until now, all the information I gave you, we studied them before. So the subject, teacher, of the sentence, what is the subject? The subject is a noun. The subject is a noun. And as you can remember, a noun can be a person, a thing, an animal, or a place. So, like we say here, the subject is a noun. The noun, yeah, teacher, it can be singular or plural. Excellent. The subject is a noun. Full stop. The subject is a noun. And this noun, yeah, teacher, sometimes it can be singular and sometimes it can be plural. What do you mean by singular noun? Can you remember? Perfect. Singular noun is one person, one thing, or one animal. Example, boy, one boy. Cat, one cat. Robot, one robot. Do you understand until now? Super. All of these information, we studied them before, teacher. Now, how does the plural noun? The plural noun is more than one. More than one. More than one what, teacher? More than one person, more than one thing, more than one animal. So as you can see, we said boys, cats, robots. Can you think of other plural and singular nouns? Excellent, teacher. Until now, we didn't add any new information. We just said that a subject can be singular or plural. طيب. When we deal with names, teacher, also names of person, they are sometimes singular and sometimes plural, depending on what? On who is the subject. For if I say Sarah, Sarah teacher is singular because Sarah is one girl. So Sarah is a singular noun. Rami is singular because Rami is one person. So he is one person, he is singular. But when I say Sarah and Rami, they are plural. Deal? Okay. How about pronouns? Do you remember the pronouns, teacher? He, she, it is singular. They, we, you are plural. And I, for the person who's speaking, we will deal with I as a plural. We will deal with it as a plural. Why am I giving you these informations, teacher? Because I want you to remember what we talked about before. Because today, teacher, we are going to focus on the subject and the verb of the sentence. Let's start. This is where we're going to start with our new lesson. The subject and the verb of the sentence, teacher, they must work together. They must what? They must work together. They cannot be fighting with each other. They have to agree. They have to be on the same page. They have to be friends. They have to work together. What do we call this? We call it the subject-verb agreement. Meaning, teacher, please be with me. Meaning, if the subject is singular, if the subject of the sentence is singular, the verb must be singular. Again, if the subject of the sentence is singular, the verb of the sentence must be singular. That's why we add S to the singular verb. Again, if the subject of the sentence is singular, the verb must be singular and we should add S to the verb. Deal? Okay. What if the subject is plural? If the subject is plural, don't add anything to the verb. Okay, teacher, this is too much information. We're gonna stop. I will repeat. If the subject of the sentence is singular, the verb must be singular and we should add S to the verb. Singular subject, add S to the verb. Plural subject, don't add anything. Okay? Singular subject, add S to the verb. Plural subject, don't add anything to the verb. Let's look at this slide. I'm going to read for you and you have to stay with me. This is very important, teacher. If you don't understand, I will repeat more than one time, but you have to stay with me. If the subject is singular, we add what to the verb, teacher? Super. We add S. If the subject is singular, we're going to add S to the verb. Let's look at this example. The dog barks. Where is the subject of the sentence, teacher? Excellent. The dog is the subject of the sentence. And it's singular. We have one dog. What do we have? We have one dog. So it is singular. So what am I going to do with the verb? I will add S to the verb bark. So it becomes barks. Super. The dog barks. The dog is singular. Barks is the verb. We added S. Let's look at some examples. The girl dances. Where is the subject, teacher? The girl. The girl. Is it singular or plural? It's singular. What do I do to the verb? I add S. s. I add s. So the girl dances. Okay. Selma reads a story every day. Where is the subject? Super. Selma is the subject of this sentence. What does Selma do? She reads a story every day. Where is the verb? Read. And I added as because the subject is singular. Super class. How about this sentence? Sammy eats an apple in the morning. Where is the subject? Excellent, Sammy. Where is the verb? Eats. So because Sammy is singular, I'm gonna add an S to the verb. Excellent, class. Let's look at this sentence. He drives the car. He. Where is the subject of the sentence? He. Super. He. Singular or plural? Singular. What do I add to the verb? S. So he drives. Not drive. He drives. Excellent, teacher. Let's go to the next sentence. If I say, it runs fast, where is the subject? The subject is it. It. Let's think. Is it singular or plural? It is singular. What do we do with the verb if the subject is singular? We add S, so it becomes it runs fast. It runs. We cannot say it run because it is singular. Singular subject takes S with the verb. And the last sentence, teacher, she writes neatly. She writes neatly. She is the subject. She is singular. I add an S to the verb. Okay? Okay. So, if the subject is singular, what do? We add S to the verb. Excellent, class. If the subject is plural, what do? We don't add anything to the verb. Let's look at this. If the subject is plural, we don't add anything to the verb. Example, the dogs bark. The dogs bark. The dogs, teacher, is the subject of the sentence. And it is plural. Excellent. So we will not add anything to the verb bark, so it stays bark. So the sentence gonna be the dogs bark. Excellent. The girls dance. Where is the subject? Excellent. The girls is the subject of the sentence. Teacher, the subject, is it singular or plural? Do we have one girl or more than one girl? Amazing, we have more than one girl. So the girls dance. Do we add anything to the verb? No, we don't. We just stick to the verb as it is. Let's read the second sentence. Selma and Lara read a story every day. Where is the subject of this sentence, teacher? Excellent. Selma and Lara. Selma and Lara. Is the subject of the sentence singular or plural? Do we have one person or more? Amazing, we have more. So, Selma and Lara read a story every day. Look at the verb. Did we add anything to the verb? No, we didn't. Because the subject is plural, we don't add an S to the verb. Super. Let's read the next sentence. Sammy and Rami eat an apple in the morning. Where is the subject? Sammy and Rami. Super. Sammy and Rami. Is it singular or plural? It is plural, teacher. So, Sami and Rami, the plural subject, do not take S with the verb. Do you understand, teacher? Are you following with me? Let's look at the next sentence. They drive the car. They drive the car. Where is the subject of the sentence? They. They. So they, is it singular or plural? It's plural. Perfect. Look at the verb. Drive. Did we add anything? No, no, no. We can't because the subject is plural. Superclass. We run fast. We run fast. Where is the subject? The subject is the pronoun we. We. Okay. We. Is it singular or plural? It is plural. Perfect. Look at the verb run, teacher. Look at the verb run. The verb run is... Did we add anything to the verb run? No, because we is plural. Run cannot take an S, so it stays. We run. We run. We cannot say, teacher, we runs, because the subject in this sentence is plural. Perfect, class. Perfect. Let's look at the next sentence. You write neatly. You write neatly. You write neatly. You is the subject of this sentence. But you, is it singular or plural? When I talk to the whole class, we said that we deal with you always as plural. Even when I talk with one person, if I'm talking to you directly, we are going to use you with plural. So you write neatly. I cannot say you writes neatly, teacher. Why? Because I am dealing with you as a plural subject. And the last sentence, I jump high. And like I told you in the previous slide, I said I will deal with it as plural. So look at the sentence. I jump high. I jump high. I cannot say I jumps because I will deal with the pronoun I as a plural one. Okay, I know, teacher, so many information, but it's so easy. You have to focus. If the subject is singular, add S to the verb. If the subject is plural, don't add anything to the verb. Again, simple and obvious. If the subject is singular, add S to the verb. If the subject is plural, we don't add anything to the verb. Deal? Okay? Okay. I will show you a video to add to your information. She is going to emphasize on what I said, the same information, but you have to listen to it again. Just let me.
Hi, kids.
I'm going to forward the video until the part that I need it. I am going to stop here. Let's start, teacher.
So you can have one or more than one verbs in a sentence.
I want you to focus with me here.
Here we have some more sentences.
Okay. I want you to stay with us. We're going to listen to these words, these sentences, and you have to look for the differences, okay? Okay, let's stay with us.
Circle the verbs and observe them. He dances very well. She dances very well. They dance very well. I dance very well. You dance very well. So kids, what do you observe here? The verb in these sentences is either dance or dances. So we have two forms of the same verb here, dance or dances. Let's learn the reason behind it. Verbs that come after I, you, we, they, and plural nouns do not end with S or ES. When a verb comes after a singular noun, it ends with S or ES. Let's learn with examples. Here we have a verb, live. It has two forms, live and lives. We will use lives with singular naming words or singular nouns. For example, he lives in a small town. She lives in a small town. Joy lives in a very beautiful city. Now, let's see where will we use live. I live in a small town. You live in a small town. They live in a small town.
Okay, teacher. If you look here at this slide, we have the verb live. And as I explained, if the subject of the sentence is singular, you're going to add s. You're going to add s. So, live becomes lives. He lives in a small town. The subject in this sentence is he. He is singular, so I add s to the verb. She, the same thing. She is singular, so I'm going to add s to the verb and it becomes lives. Joy is the name of a girl. Joy lives in a very beautiful city because Joy is singular person, so I added s to the verb. In the other hand, if you look at the next part, with plural subject, we don't add anything to the verb. We keep it as it is. So it says, I live, you live, they live, the kids live, the students live. We cannot add s to the verb with the plural subject. Let's continue.
Joy and Olivia live in a small town. So, where do we use live? It comes after when we talk about plural naming words or when our sentences have I, you, we, and they. Where do we use lives? It comes after singular naming words and with he, she, and it. Let's see some more examples. The verb sing has two forms, sing and sings. Where do we use sings? She sings very well. My brother sings very well. Olivia sings very well. Now let's learn about the usage of sing. They all sing very well. We love to sing in concerts. They sing very well. Both my brother and sister sing very well. Here we have another verb, like. We have two forms of like and likes. They like to eat ice cream. We like to eat ice cream. I and my friend like to study together. Would you like to have a cup of coffee? So, we use like when we talk about plural naming words or when our sentences have I, you, we, and they. Now,
Okay. So, can you tell me when do we use likes before we continue with the video? We explained that like is used with plural subject, or when we have I, you, we, and they, the pronouns. Can you tell your moms now? When are we going to use likes? Can you tell us? Let's see if you were correct or not.
Let's see the usage of likes. He likes to eat ice cream. She likes to read short storybooks. John likes to write long stories. So we use likes with singular naming words and with he, she, and it. Here,
Did you get it right? Did you? If you did, excellent job. Excellent girl and boy. All of you are excellent. Let's have some examples here. You very neatly. Okay. You. What do you think, teacher? Are we going to add s to the verb or not? What do you think? Let's see.
we have a sentence. You dash very neatly. And we need to fill it with the right form of verb, write or writes. Kids, we have to place a verb after the pronoun you. According to the rule, the verb after the pronoun you do not end in s or es. So we will use write in this blank. You write very neatly. So we have another blank, and we have to fill the right form of verb in the blank. Study or studies.
Okay. I want you to try to answer this one. They together in the class. They study or they studies. Remember the rule. If the subject is singular, we add s. If the subject is plural, we don't add s. What do you think is the correct answer, teacher? What do you think? Let's see. Are you right or wrong?
Kids, we have to place the verb after a plural pronoun, they. So the verb will not end in s or es. So we will put study in the blank. They study together. Let's see one last example. My teacher dash very politely. We have to, one out of the two words, speak or speaks.
What do you think, teacher? This is the last example for today. My teacher, very politely. My teacher. Singular or plural? What do you think? Okay. Speak or speaks? My teacher. My teacher. Is it singular or plural, teacher? Let's see.
We have to place the verb after a singular pronoun, my teacher. So the verb will end in s or es. So we will choose speaks. My
Okay, teacher. I'm going to stop here today. And we're going to continue with our lesson tomorrow. I hope you understand what we spoke about. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. I will repeat again tomorrow. We will focus more on the lesson tomorrow. I wish you all a very nice day, and I will talk to you tomorrow, inshallah. Bye bye, everybody.